Hello, everyone, and I'm back after 8 months. So I'm going to be explaining how to get a lot of food in Goodgame Empire. So I'll just cut to the chase and start. Okay, so here are several strategies for increasing food production in GGE. Okay, so I'm gonna go to my main castle for this, because this is the best example. But the first one is waiting for it to load. Is to have very high public order. Now, public order is probably going to be a video on its own right one day, but some basic strategies are get rid of dwellings once you stop needing them for achievements, i.e., once you start getting nomad camps and stuff, get rid of them because you don't need them. You should have them before then because you can use them to level up a lot faster, and that allows you to get to the fun stuff, i.e., nomad camps and stuff, much quicker. Now, as you can see, the public order in my main castle has 250% productivity. That means everything before any other modifiers is producing 2.5 times as much whatever, or doing something 2.5 times faster as it would beforehand. Now this is extremely useful because that basically means you're automatically multiplying your food production by 2.5. Now you can do this by being good in the events. I can't do it anymore because I'm too high level. I think it stops at level 60. But in the top 50 and 20, no, not the top 20, but in the top 50, you can get the Flight of the Nomad Princess, which is basically a slightly stronger version of the Holy Nomad Hero Turtle, which is also a pretty strong PO item. Now, using these, you can get a lot of public order. Like each of these is around 2.7 times as efficient as a single park. Now, the next strategy is for you to have good build items. Now, build items are these things that allow you to give boost to your buildings. There's food production, there's food storage, recruitment cost. There's a lot of them. Now, to go in depth, now I believe that you should have strong base production food build items on the buildings with highest productivity and or production, i.e., your granary, your greenhouses, and conservatories. Yeah. Now, this is because the fact that they produce a lot won't help with the build item, but the buildings that produce the most always get 100% workload, and the effectiveness of base food production build items, which is dependent on both productivity, the gears, and workload, the grains, it's multiplied by those. So first it multiplies it. It doesn't. I don't really know the order, but it doesn't matter because math. So first it multiplies it by, say, workload, the grains. So it multiplies it by 100% or 1. So it's the same. Then it multiplies its effectiveness by the productivity. So in this case, 4.457% in this, which would be 4.57%, or no, not percent, just 4.5 seconds, which means that this thing is working at a 4.57 times efficiency, which is 539.26. Now, this is obviously extremely powerful, but there are a few more strategies. One, upgrade your farmhouses because they're still very useful. Like this one, even though it's at 31% workload, is still producing 167. And my worst one is still producing 124. So still, they help a lot. Oh, another way to get public order is for defensive structures like these. It even says in the PO or public order tab, protection, which gives me 307 extra public order. Another actually very strong way to get public order items is through the monthly events. If you come in the top 25, you get the things like the Frozen Emperor, which is extremely powerful. Like, honestly, it's ridiculous. So, here's a few more tips. One, collect these, like the wheelbarrows. They're only available in, I think, the main kingdom, the green, but they're still useful. Another one is to always have VIP mode, the Marauder, and the Overseer activated. Now, VIP mode is helpful because in addition to getting you set food, it also gets you things like extra commanders, recruitment slots. Sorry about that, just burped. That help you get send out more attacks to get more food. Now, it's not really possible to have it always activated until you unlock the Master Blacksmith, which you can use to for 220 silver pieces, buy a day VIP time. What now? If you buy 5 days worth within the 5 days, like the cycle goes on, then you can basically have unlimited VIP time. And it'll even build up because any VIP time you've gotten regularly gets added to the pile. Now, the food overseer is kind of obvious. It basically increases your food production by 25%. Now, the Marauder is because it increases loot gained, which is extremely useful in, well, looting food. Because a lot of times you accidentally let your castle starve, and you're super close to starving, and you need to get food from an attack. So the Marauder can help in this situation in these situations, though he only apparently applies to NPC targets. No, wait, no. So another thing is that increases glory. I was a little confused because, to my knowledge, you can't get glory from NPC targets because foreign castles and blood crows count as players, but it says earned in battle, just in general. Now that's useful because there's a few honor titles, honor titles that let you get more food production either in the kingdoms or an outpost and stuff. They're very useful. Same thing with Barremont invasion, so try to use that. Though oftentimes it happens to the Barremont invasion where the camps come to the green. They occur during the Nomad invasion, and that will usually take up your priority. Another one is to get the fish coat of arms symbol. Having one big one or two small ones increases food production by 4. It's kind of misleading because it basically takes your base food production without bonuses and then multiplies that by 0.4 or 0.04 and then adds that. So it's a bit misleading. These are super expensive and they're also misleading, so I don't think it's worth it. 64,000, like, God. You only get more expensive from here. So another strategy, this one really only works in the outer kingdoms, is to get resource villages because they can increase your food production by a lot, or productivity, which is extremely useful. Like, I'm actually producing more food in my ice kingdom than in my main kingdom because, simply put, granaries resource villages are extremely helpful, like 825%. Now this guy's producing 2,591 food per hour. That is disgusting. Now, again, same strategies apply here. Oh, you also want to upgrade your flour mill. I forgot to mention that. Get public order, upgrade your flour mill, and get the bakery because it reduces food consumption, which is the exact same, or at least in effect, of increasing food production. Again, so you can actually get a higher maximum in the Sand and Fire Kingdoms because you can have more resource villages, though those I'm still trying to develop. Now, in the Sand Kingdom, I already have, I think, 7 food granaries, though in the Fire, I've gotten 0 because I'm still working on building that place up. Because I know you're going to need the special resources, like kingdom resources, like olive oil, to upgrade very late game buildings. So that's very helpful. And what else is there? Oh, one last thing. I haven't reached this yet, but the Relic Commanders, like the blue ones, they actually can have economy bonuses, like increased food production, and sometimes you'll get a free look item that increases food production. Like a few days ago, there was one that increased food production by 3%, increased it by an extra 5,000, not percent, just 5,000, and it increased in food storage by something, I forget, like 20,000. Now, again with build items, you're going to want to put food storage ones on your granaries, because especially at lower levels, like in new castles, when your storehouses aren't too strong yet, it's very, very, very helpful to have that extra food storage, because you can hold more food, which allows you to go longer without, starving. So, anyways, yeah, it's all kind of laggy because I'm using recording software and GGE, which is already very resource intensive at the same time. Those are my strategies for increasing food production. Now, I've probably missed some. I'm not like a super mega ultra super genius at the game. Oh, there's one last one. For your outposts, always go with ones that have 8 full production for 8 food production buildings. And whether it's food or stone after that, it doesn't really matter. This one hasn't really been developed because you don't get stone, and I'm waiting till I finish my Ice Castle, because then I can send a lot of stone between the kingdoms, which allows me to upgrade this. Because in the Green Kingdom, I can only send like 3,500 at a time. So again, hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Okay, everyone, this is actually an edit I'm making in the middle of editing, but there are several researches that each actually boost food production. There's 3 field crop rotation, which per level increases food production by 8%, which is very powerful. And can
Okay, everyone, this is
per
actually
level
an
does
edit
4%, not 8%. Sorry.
in the
And
middle
at
of
maximum,
editing,
it can
but
do 20%.
several
Then there's also in the
researches
core
that each
actually
plow,
boost
which per level
food
increases
production.
food
There's
production
3
by
field crop
32,
rotation,
with a maximum
which per
of
level
96.
increases food
It's not
production
as strong.
by 8%.
It's only a flat bonus, can't
which
be
is
edited.
very powerful.
So it's not
and
as good.
can-
It's still nice. It's
Well, per
very
level
helpful
does
early game.
4%, not 8%. Sorry. And
Then,
at maximum, it can do 20%.
In the
then there's
research
also in the
tabs,
core,
you can actually
research
plow,
upgrades,
which
for
per level
your
increases food production
food
by
production
32, with a
build
maximum
items.
of 96.
Now
It's not as
there
strong.
are also
It's
something
only a
called
flat
base
bonus,
food
can't be
production build
edited.
items. I forgot to
So
mention
it's not
them.
as good. It's still
But
nice.
they basically,
very
instead of
helpful early
adding
game.
food production based on
Then,
productivity and workload and blah blah blah,
in the
they
research
add it
tabs, you
based
can actually
on
research upgrades for
just a flat
your
rate. So say plus
food
30
production build items.
plus 20.
Now
They usually
are also
usually
something
give a
called
bigger
base
bonus,
food production build items.
but again, that
I forgot
bonus
to
can't be
mention them.
edited.
So
But they basically, instead of adding
can
food production
you
based
can
on
make them
productivity and workload,
I'm actually
and blah blah
I'm actually
blah,
not sure if you.
they
I don't think
add
you
it
can
based
make
on
food production,
just a
food-based
flat
production
rate.
build
So say
items.
plus 30.
And if so, that'll be pretty
plus 20.
overpowered.
Now they usually give a bigger bonus,
but again, that
yeah,
bonus
that's
can't be
it.
edited.
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe.
You can
all that good stuff.
You can make them
and I'll see you
immediately.
next time.
I'm actually not sure if you. I don't think you can make food-based production build items. And if so, that'll be pretty overpowered. But yeah, that's it. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you next time.